What on, y'all? Welcome back. Logix and ACE here. Say the Game podcast episode. Whatever. I ain't been keeping up with numbers. I ain't numbering these bitches. I just be doing them.
We ain't numbered none of this.
Yeah. But we back again. So it's some heat coming out in games though. It's a little slow on news, but the news that is there is pretty relevant. Yeah. The news that's been all the stuff that's been happening. I feel like it's something that just hit me that I didn't put in the notes that I feel like it's important. Hopefully it comes through me throughout this conversation. All right. But I don't want to talk about Nintendo and Microsoft. I don't care.
All right, stay the conversation.
I was just thinking, like, I had that in the notes. I'm like, should we talk about this? But I kind of don't care.
Skip it,
bro. I don't know. Do you? I mean, if you want to talk about it,
I don't know specifically what you're talking about. But
okay. For those that don't know, Microsoft struck a deal with Nintendo. Basically, they finna start getting Call of Duty. I don't even know how good or bad of a thing that is. You know what I'm saying?
Call of Duty still got problems on PS5.
Which, as far as what?
No, like just I heard some people was having frame rate issues and so on and so forth.
On PS5, really? Yeah. I ain't know nothing about that. I just can't imagine that's one thing. Like, what is that gonna even look like?
I've even had pop in sometimes. Yeah.
And think about it. And think about it like this. In my head, anybody that wants Call of Duty and has a Switch ain't gonna play Call of Duty on the Switch. Like,
true.
if you want to play Call of Duty, you're gonna have an Xbox, a PlayStation, or PC.
Call of Duty fan, yeah, you're not gonna play.
You're not being like, I got Call of Duty on Switch. Yeah. Like, that's not an option. I don't think.
And a lot of the fan base is already established on the two systems already.
Yeah, and they're used to it. More people have Switches, but I don't think if you translate that to we'll sell more copies of Call of Duty. I mean, yeah, you'll sell more. Yeah. But I don't see it being worth it.
I think it would only be for the hardcore Nintendo fans. People who don't got the other systems.
Don't want nothing else.
Who don't got the other systems. And like, I'd like to try Call of Duty. Like,
to try. That's what I was going to say. But I'm like, if they want to play Call of Duty, it's not like they wouldn't have had that opportunity.
I mean, yeah, you can play it on phones now. So.
It's the same one, but still.
It is what it is.
You know, but they said they're going to start getting Call of Duty. And Microsoft keeps trying to win their way into getting this acquisition, and just because it's not looking good. It's just not looking. They keep trying to put their best foot forward with their competition to make it look like we're not trying to monopolize, guys. Just let us own everything.
It would be bad if they did, but it'd be great for them with the Game Pass because they'd have everything. I mean, look at what they already got now with Bethesda and so on and so forth. Like, they killing it with that.
That's why I said from a business standpoint, I get a lot of the shit that they do.
Yeah, I get that, but
I get a lot of it, but we ain't gonna harp on that too much. So, moving on from that, you want to talk about the PSVR 2? Just came out recently. Seemed like it's getting a lot of love.
I want one, but I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait because it ain't no games. And I do the same thing with systems. If a system come out and I can't name 10 games off the top of my head that I'm going to buy day one.
You saying that's coming 5, out or that you want to buy?
That I want to buy that's out. Like,
10 is a lot.
That I want to buy that's out. I'm not going to say, I'm not saying I'm going to buy them all day one. I'm saying, like, I got some stuff to play for a while.
But you know 10 is still a lot.
Hey, it's a new system.
But I'm saying, like, 10 games that's out versus 10 games I want is a big ask when it first comes out.
I'm just telling you how I do stuff, man.
10 is a lot.
I'm just telling you how I do stuff.
Shit, I can't think of 10 games I want right now, period.
I need stuff in the future. I need stuff that...
Across everything, I can't think of 10 games I want.
And that's like a floating 10. Like, let's say 10 games...
7 is okay.
Let's say if 10 games was out for PSVR, and then 3 of them that came out and it's like, it's full of bugs and it's garbage, or something like that. Or one came out, we rated it a 2, or something like that. Like, it's not good. Yeah. It looked good at first, but it wasn't. That's why I say 10, because it'll probably get knocked down to like 5 or 4.
Oh,
and then I'll be like, okay, well, this might be worth it.
So it is conditional.
Conditional, yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like, damn.
That's what I do for a lot of the systems. Like, if it's but make sure it's enough value for me paying for the system in general.
So you do anticipate getting it. You don't care about the price point?
I'm gonna get it when it go down.
I thought it's because there's no games, but
no,
the price is.
By then, by the time it go down, there will be games. Like they already talking about a lot of stuff that's coming out. I mean, we was just talking about the last podcast, Resident Evil 4, and that's gonna be on there on VR. They announced that it's gonna be a free update for PS VR. They about to drop Resident Evil 8 on there, just like they did with 7 on PSVR 1. So it's stuff
Village,
coming,
right?
Yeah, it's stuff coming, but it just ain't here yet. And like I said, I got a PSVR 1, so I can still play a lot of the stuff that they're doing. They moving a lot of stuff over from 1 to 2. Mm-hmm. So like they updating it for the better graphics and stuff. Like I think No Man's Sky just got a big update for it, where you can use the full controls with the hand motion.
So that's No Man's Sky
that's original No Man's Sky.
All you need is that. You don't need. It's not a separate game entity.
No.
Horizon. What about that?
Horizon is a separate game.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, I was making sure. I told Phil that, and I didn't know.
If it's some cool stuff on there. Like I saw Horizon, that was looks pretty good. I'm hearing good things. And then the other one was that Star Wars one. They said it's a rehash from I think Oculus on PC, but they saying it's really good on PSVR because people who had PlayStation didn't have it before. So there's a couple things on there now, but like I said, just not enough for me to go purchase the system right now.
Would you know, like between even the first VR and the VR 2? Majority of the stuff you can play on there is also stuff you can play on the Oculus, right? Because I wanted an Oculus.
I did too.
I wanted one really bad, and I kind of still do. But this VR 2 seems like it's the end all be all of VR.
I'm not sure. Oculus might still be better. It
seems like they're saying that it's the best VR you can get right now. Period. They said it's. I haven't seen a review that has not said that.
I mean, you know what they say? It ain't who do it first; it's who do it best.
Yeah, but I also don't like the cord. The medical.
A lot of people say that it's not that bad. With PSVR 1, I barely notice it. When I'm in the game, I barely notice it. And then you figure
too, that do seem a little bit annoying.
A little bit,
especially when you got an option to not have it.
A little bit, but this one, they said they made the cord longer. It actually, I don't know if you've seen how it works and everything, but it actually maps out your space. So like if you in your living room, you take a look around and like scan the area, and it maps out where you can move and where you can't.
But the Oculus do that too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like PSVR 2 took a lot of the best things from the other one. That's why I said it ain't who do it first, it's who do it best. Mm-hmm. So they do all that while still having a wired cable because the main processor is the PS5. So they got to have a cable for the fast speeds for, the interaction. It's actually going as fast as your eyes can look. That's one of the new things they were talking about with it. Like you can look at something and it tracks your eyes on that now. So it's not like you got to move the joystick to, pick a selection and so on and so forth. You can look at something and it'll point to that. If you see a gun on the ground, you can look at it, put your hand out and then bring it to like it's stuff like that that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
but I mean, I'm at some point I'm gonna have a VR system, whether it's Oculus or the VR 2. I'm interested in it, but not for the price that it said. Like I'm not that much into VR to be paying $500, $550 before any games.
I was just thinking I'm gonna bust out my PSVR 1 this weekend because they put a whole bunch of tracks on Beat Saber. I know you played that before.
Free?
Yeah, no, it's not free. It costs, but it's like a couple dollars or whatever. But they put Weekend host CD on there now.
I like Beat Saber and I like what's the one I play? Super Hot.
Super hot.
I like
the best one is Pistol Whip. VR. Pistol Whip is crazy. It's basically
you showed me that. Like
it's basically like you John Wick
game. Yeah. I played that. We played that. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So shit. If y'all out there, y'all want the VR 2, if you got the funds, I would say get it. I ain't got it, but it seems like it's the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think is Horizon out? That's out.
That's out. Yeah.
I don't know what else is out. Just look up what's out. This might be. I think the games coming aren't too far away.
Yeah, if you at least got a few of them to speak to you, go for it.
Yeah, so while we on PlayStation, man, Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Gameplay. What you think? Finally got gameplay.
It looks good with some caveats. The combat looked floaty to me. Mm-hmm. Like everybody like just, floating slowly in the air and so on and so forth, almost like it was like slow down motion or something like that. It was weird. Mm-hmm. But I see some stuff that's pretty cool. The weapon system that they got, the different abilities for each character, the fact that they said they added more people later, so that could be pretty sick. Everybody with their own movement abilities and so on and so forth, everything from a grappling hook to you got King Shark swimming through the air, what's the name with a jetpack. Like it looks pretty crazy. And I think it would be a fun game to play with friends. I just don't know how long it's gonna hold my attention. Like, I wonder if it's going to be like an Avengers type situation. Mm-hmm. And they're saying somewhat of a live service, but they're saying most of it's going to be cosmetics. So we'll see if they actually hold to that. Because remember, Avengers told us all kind of stuff and went back on it, and then went back on it again and not giving us everything for free.
You said who went back?
Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. I if I get a bunch of friends that want a day one, I'll probably grab it. But other than that, it is what it is.
For me, man, I was supremely let down. I was hurt because Suicide Squad is a game that I was like, oh man, this is what the PS5 is. I mean, the next gen in general is about. Like, this is the standard that's finna be set. Like, this game after like I said, to me to this day, the only thing I've seen that really has taken advantage of next gen to me is Ratchet and Clank. Everything else, I didn't play. They say Returnal.
Returnal
they
got
say
some crazy
Returnal.
effects.
I haven't played it, but they say Returnal. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't think it's anything that's like, yes, that can only be played on next gen. You know what I'm saying? And I felt that way about Suicide Squad from the little bit I've seen. I'm like, what I saw at first didn't match up to the gameplay. Like, it seemed, I don't know, man. It sounded like we watched two different trailers. Like
I said, it was floated. I mean, what exactly about it did you not like?
I didn't like that every character looked the same. Like, everybody jumped in the air and could stay in the air. It wasn't no diversity between
That was the
any
floatiness I was talking about.
Yeah, it was floaty, but it was like I could deal with floaty, but it don't feel like every there's a reason to play each person. Like, everybody moved differently to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was just like everybody moved the same. I'm sorry, I said different, not the same. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all, kids. But yeah, I felt like everybody did the same. My words was twisted because my daughter was knocking and I was trying to focus. Yeah.
You was talking about how you felt about suicide.
Yeah. So everybody everybody looked the same. I didn't feel no reason to play anybody over the other. Everybody has a gun, even though they all not gun runners. Like, and everybody has a pistol and a automatic gun and probably a shotgun. Like,
and a melee weapon.
And probably a melee, but I didn't feel like, oh man, I want to play as Harley because she does this and King Shark does that. Why the fuck does King Shark have a gun? Why does he have a gun? Why isn't Captain Boomerang not just using a boomerang in different ways? I don't need him to have a gun. Give me a reason to play. Even Gotham Knights, everybody feels different. Even Gotham Knights, everybody felt different.
They're making it uniform.
For the gameplay. But what though? Like,
for the gameplay,
all these people are so different. Harley don't even need a gun. Harley needs a bat or a hammer. Like, I don't. Let her be a melee person. Let Captain Boomerang be a range. Let King Shark be a fucking tank. Let who's the fourth person in the game? Deadshot, he's the shooter. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a reason to want to play differently with all these people. Why am I shooting big glowing orbs for fucking 10 seconds? It was just like a lot of stuff going on, but nothing happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was fighting a bunch of mindless robots in a big open space, which, like you said, I think that there's fun to be had in the game. I think that, like, if I had it and you had it, we could play it and we would have fun probably. Yeah. I do think that. But as far as me running out to spend $70 and, like, sticking to that, I don't see that happening unless the story is super great.
Yeah, it looked like one of those video games.
Like, yeah, I'm not even against video games. It just looked like they did something that's been done, but they didn't do nothing with it. Like, think about it. Was there anything in there that you haven't seen or felt like that was like, oh, I'm only gonna get this in Suicide Squad? I'm only gonna get this in Suicide Squad.
For me, I love
it was fast. It was fluid too. I will say it was very fluid. I like that. It was fluid. And that was probably the next gen part that I felt from it.
Yeah. For me, I like DC stories a lot of the time. They make interesting stories with their stuff.
That's what I said.
I watch a lot of that. Yeah, I watch a lot of the animated movies and so on and so forth. Now, recently they kind of fell off with the last two I watched.
The shows or the movies?
Movies.
Oh yeah. No, they shows always. Maybe they should just put more into their shows.
Yeah.
The movie thing.
Well, they got. I know it's on a tangent, whatever, but. You heard about they switching everything up, right? They got a new showrunner and everything for the movies.
Yeah, with James.
So the new stuff looks amazing. The new Flashpoint movie. I can't
holding
wait to
my
see
breath.
That. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. What they did with that look great. The original Flashpoint, the animated one. If you ain't seen it, I'll let you borrow it.
No, I have seen. I saw the animated one.
Okay.
It was crazy. I'm just talking about this movie. I don't know yet. I don't know.
You don't think it's gonna?
I'm not saying it's gonna be bad. I just don't know. I'm not sold.
I'm all in.
I feel like
from what I've seen.
Granted, yes, it's Flashpoint, but I feel like Batman, Supergirl. It's a Flash movie. Like, I'm
all in. From what I've seen,
he's gonna get overshadowed.
From what I've seen, the changes that they made are incredible for like us as the fans. Like putting what's the name? Is Batman, the first original Batman.
Yeah,
Michael Keaton's Batman.
Kevin Spacey.
Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton, I think.
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Why did I say I get that
putting Michael
all
Keaton's
the
Batman
time
in there instead of the other one that they had before in the comics and stuff like that? That's incredible. Putting Supergirl in there instead of Superman, changing it up a bit because they actually making a Supergirl movie.
Yeah,
that's incredible. Like it's a couple things they did.
I just don't like
sick.
the introduction being in a Flash movie. The introduction, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just compare it because I have to for Homecoming. I think it was Homecoming. Iron Man, we know who he is. Don't introduce me to these big ass heroes in somebody else's movie, and they damn near. I'm not saying they gonna carry the movie, but it feels like they want these people to carry the movie because I wanted to call him Elijah Wood, Ezra Moore.
Yeah,
Ezra Moore, that's his name, right?
Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller can't carry it. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
I think that's what's happened. I don't know. I know y'all trying to do Flashpoint, but it feels like Ezra can't carry a movie.
Yeah, we're going on a tangent here, but I've always said that DC should have did a reverse of Marvel. DC should have dropped a Justice League movie because everybody know who the big three are. Everybody know who the big three are. They was back in like World War II and stuff like that. People was reading the comics. So everybody know who the big three are. Drop a Justice League movie and then introduce characters little by little. So I'm kind of for that. What you're talking about now and saying that you don't like it when people are introduced in other people's movies. I feel that's probably the only way to do it with DC because a lot of their characters are like more obscure that people don't know unless you read the comics. So if they would have made a Justice League movie and start dropping people little by little, like okay, now we're gonna make a Green Lantern movie. Now we're gonna make a Cyborg movie. I think that would have been a better way for them. But they was chasing the Marvel dragon. Like they was trying to make it exactly like them, and they did it too fast, and their stuff wasn't cohesive. They didn't have one guy over everything, or a couple of people. If they had like a council over everything, that probably would have been best. But they went a whole different route. But back to Suicide Squad, the story is cool. Having Brainiac be the villain and everything, and take over the Justice League, and then you got the Suicide Squad going after him to take him out. I think that's a pretty good story. Also, the fact that I think it's Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman animated series. This is his last role before he died and stuff like that. So that's cool that he's actually in the game.
It is cool, but it'd be a shame if the game is
terrible. It would be a shame if it's terrible. We'll see what happens with it. But I think the story could do something nice with it. The gameplay, we'll have to wait and see. I had to have it in my hands to feel like we said, Forspoken looked great till we found those controls. When we played them controls, it was like, I don't know too much about this.
Good, yeah.
And apparently it's the same thing. I saw something the other day that basically said Sony said they so disappointed in Forspoken, they killed the team. They disbanded the team.
What you mean? They just said, well, y'all done?
They disbanded the team. Now, sometimes in game development, they disband the team after the games anyway, but people are saying that it's because Forspoken didn't do well. Because you know if it did well, they're going to make a sequel.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, apparently it's
man. It hurts because I feel like, I always feel like, no. Forspoken, I feel like they really tried. I do think that there was a genuine attempt to make a good game, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, there was definitely effort put in.
I don't feel like it was thrown together. I feel like they tried, and it just did not. It just didn't register. Didn't register.
A lot of people passed on that one.
Yeah, so we're gonna stay on State of Play. Street Fighter 6. Hey, what you thinking?
I last Street Fighter I played in earnest was Street Fighter 4.
I think that's the last one I played. I
can't
on
Xbox.
To be honest,
and
I don't remember.
Yeah, I had the whole full edition and everything. Now, I'm more of an anime fighter guy. You know, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, all that type of stuff. Dragon Ball Fighters. Whatever.
Dragon Ball Fighters is probably the best fighting game.
Yeah, I like the fast-paced,
to date,
combo-heavy type games.
I think Dragon Ball Fighters is the best fighting game I've played to date.
Have you played Guilty Gear?
No, I have not. That's why I said I've played.
Okay.
I didn't play.
That's fair.
I love Mortal Kombat, but Fighters was it.
Mortal Kombat got a different style of fighting than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
But Street Fighter now, I'm really interested in it with what they're doing with the single player. like how you can make your own character.
That's what sold me. To be honest, moves. I like that.
You can get moves from other people. You can create your own guy. You can
wait, do you know how? I think it was you. I talked to this about. Like, I was like, I don't know if we talked about it on here or not. Where I was like, I don't know how it is. Maybe explain it to me. No, let me tell you what I thought. Then you can tell me what's right. You can tell me what it is. I was like, I felt like the move sets should be a combination of things like pull from these presets that they offer that aren't on any other character, which is somewhat like Def Jam Fight for New York. If you remember, you had 3 to 4 styles. You had the martial arts, street, and wrestling, or something like that. Mm-hmm. In kickboxing, you have 4, and you can invest in each of those. And once they come together, you get moves that are a combination of these things. That shit was intuitive as fuck. Actually, Fight for New York is amazing, but like you literally be like, I want to be a boxer. Start off as a boxer, and you got all these kickboxing moves. And he's like, man, I want to learn some of this martial arts stuff. So you invest in martial arts a little bit, and now your moves are a combination of martial arts and kickboxing. And I was thinking Street Fighter if whatever it should be is like there's preset moves that you can choose from, and you can combine them as you please. I'm
not sure that's the case. From what I'm seeing, it's basically you get the moves from the fighters that are existing. So like you can get Ryu's
So
fireball.
It's like if I want to fight,
you can get Dawson stretching.
But I can.
But you can train. You can train under them and get their moves. It seems like so you actually travel in the world like Street Fighter. Traveling the world like you actually travel in the whole world. And then they're talking about like when you want to play.
I gotta look at more videos.
Yeah, when you like if I want to verse you actually go to an arcade in one of the cities. And
you talking about to get to online?
Yeah, you actually go into an arcade in one of the cities, and it connects us to fight. So I was like, it's some cool stuff they're doing with that. But yeah, you traveling the world, you meeting Dawson, Ryu, so on and so forth, and training under them to learn their actual
So if
move.
I like Dawson's movesets, what's the point of playing as my character?
Building up and going through the story mode, becoming your own fighter.
So I'm my own person, but I fight like somebody.
Yeah,
completely. Like now, if I choose Ryu, I have to stay in this lane?
You can like get Ryu's fireball and Dawson's stretchy kick or something like that.
Ain't that cheating?
I guess I don't know how they're gonna work it out to be fair.
Yeah.
Or even if you get one at a time, that I'm not sure about. I don't know if they made a video on that yet, but it would be interesting to see. You making me think too, because like you brought up Def Jam Fight for New York. This is a single player game, but shout out to my boy Cam and Jay. I know they know this one. God Hand. It was like an anime game called
so much about God Hand.
You can create your own combos, and it's like an old PS2 game, whatever.
I've heard about. It's like I heard it's like a cult classic kind of. Right?
It's a cult classic,
and it didn't do well, but people learned to love it over time.
Yeah, you could create your own combos and set them up. That game was crazy, bro. Crazy. Yeah, if they do something like that, I'd be all in.
I heard about that. I just never played it. But
so shout out to old games.
I'm not even a big fighting game person, but I'm looking forward to Street Fighter and Tekken. I'm looking forward to Tekken 8.
Tekken 8. You a Tekken fan?
I prefer Tekken over. Street Fighter and Tekken have always been rivals to me, but I've been more of a Tekken fan. Like I think it was one of the first fighting games I ever had. Like when I got placed at when my sister came. I think I played Mortal Kombat before I owned Tekken, but I wasn't crazy about it. When I got Tekken on PlayStation, the one Jin was on the cover, I think it was the first one. I don't know if it's Tekken 2, where Jin was on the cover, the red one on PlayStation.
That I'm not sure. I'm not too much with Tekken.
Whichever one that was, where Jin was on the cover on PlayStation. That was the first Tekken I ever had, and I love that game. I played the shit out of it. Even my dad loves it. And I really didn't stick to it too much, but I did have Tekken Tag Tournament on PS3. I love that game too. And I'm excited for this. The art style is both art styles are nice to me.
Art style crazy.
Both of the art styles are nice, and I just want to be Steve again. I just want to box. Like I know they got a new fighting game. They got a new boxing game actually on Steam. I don't know if it's on every console yet.
I wonder if it's any good.
Fight Night something. It's a new Fight Night.
Yeah, I wonder if it's any good.
I heard it wasn't bad, but I heard it wasn't bad. That's all I can say.
Okay.
But Fight Night, Tekken look nice, man. I don't want to buy both of these fighting games. I think they come out relatively close to each other, aren't they?
Get the one that all your friends gonna be on. I just put it there.
I don't know. Everybody loves Tekken and Street Fighter.
Ask everybody what they doing.
You buy Street Fighter, I'll buy Tekken.
There we go.
We ain't gonna be wanting to fight each other all day, so we can be like, bro, let me play Tekken tonight, bro. Niggas are trying to play Tekken. Let me get Tekken tonight, and then that's how we'll do it.
Sound like a plan.
I think that makes the most sense because it's not like we like, yeah, let's fight each other all day. Like that's not going to be the goal.
I'm not the biggest Tekken fan, but I have seen things that look pretty crazy with this new one. I actually bought the last one on a sale. It was $20 for everything. And you figure like you talking about
sometimes you gotta wait.
You talking about like over $100 worth of characters, equipment, levels.
Don't that tell you something though? And
I bought it for $20. That stuff crazy.
Don't that say something? Like imagine you buying them as they come out when you pay $60.
If you're a fan, you're gonna do it.
I know, but then granted, yes, there's not as many people playing no more, but
oh no, it's still people playing.
I said it's many.
Yeah, they still have full tournaments.
No, yeah, I know it ain't gonna die, but but. Like you said, we could get Mortal Kombat now for $30 to $40 with everything. Yeah. And you paid $60 when it came out, and then at least $10 per DLC.
Even more than that, they had like 2-3 expansions.
But I said at least $10 per expansion.
Yeah, and at least it might be like $20-$30 on something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, the one with the story. I think that was the
story expansion. It was like $20-$30.
I was gonna say that was $15 to $30, wasn't it?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's insane, and that's why I fell off of Mortal Kombat. It was actually in 10. I was like, y'all, I bought some of the DLC for 9, but then when I was like, oh man, I love Sindel, 10 come out, and Sindel's not a main character. I said, y'all got it, and then she's DLC. I'm like, this is some bullshit. Like, don't take out somebody that was in there and then make them DLC that you pay for. Yeah. That's bullshit. Yeah. I think DLC whatever, but just keep them out. Like, don't make somebody I play with before DLC in the next game. That's some bullshit.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had grew to love Sindel towards the end of me playing Mortal Kombat, and then they took her out.
That bring me back to the days when they used to have all the characters on the disc, and then you pay to unlock them. You get a key to unlock them, but they all on the disc. They on the game.
What days was that?
Xbox 360, PS3. Like, what was the
How
game?
You know they was on the disc?
They said it. Like, people came out with it. They cracked the
people
code.
Was cracking. I wasn't. Yeah. See, now, them days, I wasn't doing that investigative work.
Yeah, for people who were pirated and unlock them themselves.
Yeah, I didn't know. I've known that was a thing. I just didn't know it was a moment in time.
Oh yeah.
I just thought it was always because I always knew that type of shit with like PC where people would like crack shit and the hot coffee shit with San Andreas and shit like that. So it's just like I didn't know it was on consoles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit like that.
Yeah, it's on consoles too.
So what else did we see at State of Play that's relevant? Nothing after those? Because that's in Resident Evil.
It was
you kind of touched on that already.
Resident Evil was crazy. I can't wait for that. I just saw a video recently where the developers was talking about all the new changes that they made with the parry system now. One of the coldest things back in the day was fighting what's his name? Krauser with the it was like the button prompts or whatever, the QuickTime events. Like,
I didn't
cold.
play it, so but I'm trying to,
They changed that and it was like, okay, what if we had an actual parry system? So now when people throw stuff at you, you can parry it out of the air.
That seems fire.
And
especially
sounds
in the
crazy.
Evil game.
Yeah, like people coming at you with
Zombies
knives and pitchforks.
Stuff?
They are people taken over by a parasite. So not technically zombies, but close enough. Kinda. Like these are actual like full on like insect like parasites inside their body. Like you'll shoot somebody's head off and it'll burst out and like be swiping at you with his claws and stuff like that. Oh. Like it's that type of stuff. So the game is gonna be insane. And they weak to light and so on and so forth. So if you use a flash grenade, it'll kill them instantly. But flash grenades are hard to come by.
I think my issue with Mortal Kombat was resource management. Even though
Mortal Kombat?
What the fuck? Resident Evil, yes. I think that was one of the biggest gripes I had.
That's the whole point of it.
I know.
The survival game.
I know. I just think that it was. I think I just.
You think it was too tough?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. of super difficult games?
How do you feel about Dead Space's?
Dead Space pushes my limits, but I don't feel it don't feel unfair.
You feel like it's giving you enough the whole time?
Yeah, it does push it though. Like even on normal mode, I know hard is worse, but that's why I choose to play it on normal. I know if I play on hard, I'm gonna get frustrated.
Dead Space, you could cheese it though.
How?
Basically, just pick one gun. If you pick 2 guns, they're only gonna give you ammo for those 2 guns. You'll never run out.
I mean, that's what when you told me that I started doing that. I'm like, I'm not running more than 2 guns.
Most people, when the first time they play, like, oh, I want to play.
I want everything. Yeah.
So they'll pick the
and that was trash.
Like
I'm like, bro, I keep running out of shit on 4 guns. But you told me, and that works. Yeah. So, but it's not cheap. But even if it's on hard, I think they're still scarce with it. I think you just won't run.
Even on hard, they give you so much. Like a lot of people on hard, they'll play for the trophy that you go through the game with just the plasma cutter. Mm-hmm. And if you do that, if you do that,
oh wow,
you have nothing but ammo for the plasma cutter. Everything that drop is literally for the plasma.
I guess that makes
and
sense.
Whatever
if you
does
run
drop,
one gun,
whatever else does drop, you just sell it and get more ammo for the plasma cutter. So it's like, it's pretty easy to do.
I guess that makes sense. But I could not play that game with just the plasma cutter.
Hey, some people do.
I could, but I couldn't. It wouldn't feel fun.
I've done a run on there where I went with the weapons that people didn't like, and they said it wasn't good, like the pulse rifle. Gun. On the first one. This is back when it didn't have the new upgrade where it had a grenade on the bottom of it. It had that stupid thing where you plant the butt of the ground on the gun and it shoot around you. So that one, the flamethrower, which everybody says was garbage. But I found a trick. I found a trick. If you take the pulse rifle, you got good aim, and you blow one of their kneecaps off and they fall to the ground, then you light them on fire and then make a area of fire where they got to crawl to you, and they're burning and they crawling through the fire, and they usually just die before they even get to you. Oh, and you could do that. You could do that and walk away, and they would literally die without you even being.
Hard, if you still stomp bodies, do you get stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You still get stuff. It doesn't happen every time, like on normal.
Oh, like on normal.
Yeah, but you still get stuff.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I don't play hard on that, because I know I'm gonna get frustrated if y'all.
I've played hard. I've never played Nightmare or whatever the last one is.
Oh fuck that! I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. Like, you get attacked off camera so much.
Yeah, I think it's like one save or something.
I don't have time.
Do you play with headphones?
Not if I don't have to.
Okay.
I like when I'm streaming, I have to. So yeah,
that brings a whole nother dynamic to it.
Oh yeah, it's totally different.
Because when you hear something walking up behind you, like,
you hear better. You hear better. Yeah. If I don't have to though, I don't. I just don't. If I don't have to, I don't.
I got you.
But I don't know if I diverted that conversation. You was talking about Resident Evil. My bad.
Oh no, Resident Evil looks great. Can't wait to play. A lot of changes they did make sense with the parry system, with a lot more things you can interact with in the environment. Mm-hmm. They show one on the castle area. When you get to the castle, you can actually control the cannons now, shoot people down, blow down walls, open up doors, secret areas. Like, it's kind of crazy. But I'm excited to see all the changes they made with it.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, ain't it crazy how Capcom can keep busting out these remakes relatively fast and like so significant? Yeah. Like, how are they doing these remakes so fast? And like,
what other remake are you thinking of?
All of Resident Evil ones they've done.
Oh yeah.
So far,
I think they had a plan for that like a few years ago. About they
just been working at it. Yeah, probably simultaneously.
Yeah, just got a couple teams just like knock these out. Everybody gonna want them.
But they're so significant. It's not just like
it's big upgrades.
Graphics. It's big. You know what I'm saying?
Even like remakes are getting a lot better now when you actually remake the game. Because look at Dead Space. They added side quests to Dead Space, and they made the whole ship. You can walk across the whole ship now. It used to not be that way. It was specific. You get on the tram and you travel to the next area.
Well, not cutscenes, but yes.
Yeah, like break points.
It's just like they did the God of War thing. One camera, one shot. The whole game is one shot.
Yeah, exactly. So now they got it set up where you can walk from the front of the ship to the back of the ship. Resident Evil now, they're talking about all the changes that they made with that, things that make sense. They got side quests on it now. You can go to the dude, the merchant, everybody know him, like, what are you buying? You can go to him and get side quests and so on and so forth. So instead of just doing what you was doing before, like shooting eggs out of the nest and so on and so forth. I know you know what I'm talking about, but
I don't. I don't know what you talking about.
But a lot of it is going to be pretty crazy. Everything I've seen from the dev diaries look crazy.
I just think it's crazy that they knock it. But like you said, if it's been in the plan, it's easier for them. But it's just crazy how significant these remakes are, and they doing.
Oh yeah, they doing their thing.
I think that was about it for as far as state of play stuff, right?
Okay.
So let's talk about you want to talk about Wolong?
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
It just came out, right?
I'm going to play that when we get done with this. Yeah. I'm on that.
Dropped. You said you played the demo.
I played the demo. I really like the demo. I'm a big Souls guy, and this is pretty much that. People who did Neo was a Souls like, and this is Team Ninja. So I'm also a big Ninja Gaiden fan. Like pretty much.
Oh wow! They made that.
Yeah.
Ninja. Wait. So I'm
Team
sorry.
Ninja.
What about Wanted Dead? How Team Ninja didn't do Wanted Dead?
I don't think so. No.
But what part of them made Ninja Gaiden? Because they be saying Wanted Dead devs worked on Ninja Gaiden.
I'm not sure.
Koei Tecmo.
Koei Tecmo.
I said Toei Tecmo. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Did they work on Ninja Gaiden or was it Mega Force? Like I don't.
That I had to look up to know exactly what it is. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure
they said people that work on Ninja Gaiden.
I'm pretty sure Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo worked on Wolong.
Okay.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Well, Team Ninja didn't work on one it did, but okay.
Team Ninja do a lot of stuff. They one of the best out there in terms of like combat and gameplay. But yeah, everybody's loving the game so far. I played the demo twice. I ran through it with a heavy character, and I
you said you played it though, like you went through that same.
I was actually trying
twice.
to figure out how everything worked. So when I got it, it came out. And shout out to it being on Game Pass. So I didn't got to pay the $70. So that worked out.
Yeah, that works perfect.
But yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff in there. Like I like the spear system. They don't have a stamina system. They got a spear system. The more you attack people, it's like a tug of war. The more you attack people, your spirit gauge build up. When it build up, you can use certain attacks, like martial arts attacks, like crazy stuff. You can use flipping with the bow and stuff like that, or swords, or you can use magic attacks.
Like a super gauge and fighting games.
Yeah, so it's like cut in half. If it goes up, it's blue. If it go down, it's red. If you get hit, it goes down. If you parry, it goes down. If you
parry?
Yeah, if you use a
parry should be praised.
Well, it's certain things you could do to mitigate that. Like you can make a build that stops that from happening, reduces it a lot so that you barely take any damage when you get it. So it's a lot of cool stuff, and it's co-op. That's pretty sick too.
I didn't know that.
I just found out it was 3 players. I thought it was only 2. It's actually 3.
Oh,
so that's kind of cool too. Yeah, so it's a lot of crazy stuff with it. I wonder. The only thing I wonder about it is if it's actually going to be challenging, because when you start adding 2 players, it don't make it a challenge. I'm pretty sure you can attest to. Did you play Resident Evil 5 with a co-op partner?
Yeah,
I did too, and it made that game not scary at all. Not scary,
not even
and
not
not
scary. It made it bearable because it's not bearable by yourself.
I've played it by myself too.
Just because Sheva's an idiot, the AI is ridiculous. That's why I couldn't fathom playing Resident Evil 5 by myself.
Did you play 6 by yourself? Because that's the one where you have to have a partner.
Play by yourself.
No, you can play with 2 people. You have to have a partner though. Every single
6
act. Yeah,
you have to have a partner. It's a partner in every part of the game.
Yeah,
I played that by myself. I don't even remember that. I played that game once and forgot
Chris
it.
Chris Redfield is a military dude with another military dude.
Who's with Leon?
Leon got a girl with him from the government or whatever.
I don't remember that. I don't remember. I played it by myself, but I don't remember having anybody.
Yeah, and then the other dude at the end, he got a girl with him too. So you running with somebody every time.
I didn't remember that, but that game was different than 5 to me though.
It was.
Well, really, the AI. It's because Chef is an idiot. The AI is ridiculous. That's why.
I would definitely recommend trying 4. If you liked any of the other ones, 5, 6, whatever. 4 was what started that.
Is so different.
4 was what started that combat, and it's so satisfying.
But I'm
somebody
saying,
in kneecap and suplexing them is like gratifying as hell.
5 and 6 are totally different though than every.
They are, because they wanted to go to.
And I'm not saying 4 is bad or something, but I think I like those because of the formula was different.
4 was the start of when they wanted to go more action. And make it like more of an action type game.
It treaded that line.
It did. It was like the crossroads between it.
Yeah.
5 and 6 they went full action. They made a full action co-op game. It was around a time where even with Dead Space, remember they changed Dead Space 3 into a full action co-op game. Everything was going full action co-op games because people was losing money and they figured that's what we wanted.
I actually, when I played 3, which was during COVID, I played 1. I powered through 1, powered through 2, got to 3, and I was like, damn, this shit don't even seem decent without somebody. I felt like the story didn't even make sense because
made for 2 people.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you supposed to be talking to somebody. It was weird as hell trying to keep up with the story.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure if this. I haven't played 3, but I'm not sure if it's in the game or not. You tell me. But they said they wanted a mechanic where you think you going insane. And you talking to the other dude, but like he's not answering, and he's seeing different stuff than you see. So both y'all is going insane because of the markers.
I didn't finish the game.
It's different stuff. Yeah,
I didn't finish it.
I might see monsters and you don't see nothing. So I'm firing in the air.
Man, I think the story is something like your partner's never there. That's all I know how it ends. The dude that you running with was never there. That's all I know. As far as what happened in between that, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if you could play. Does servers exist to where you can even play with somebody else?
PC.
You got 3?
Yeah, I got them all on PC. It was a Steam sale. They had them
I'm sure it's not
$5 a piece.
Though.
They had them for like $5 a piece.
You think it's cross-plat?
It'll be $5 a piece on Steam if you ever want to play it.
Oh, you want to play 3? Okay. Yeah. It might be worth a shot. Yeah. So, Wolong, after that, let's talk about Sons of the Forest. That's all of you. I played the first one and it was amazing. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I played the first one. It was amazing. I want to play the second one, but I'm waiting on you to tell me, okay, get this game.
I've said it, but as a nigga that don't even play survival games, y'all, this game raw as hell. Like I suck and I'm having fun. Like I don't even know I haven't built a house. I haven't done anything. Sons of the Forest is a survival game, right? And you're a man that crash landed on a island, on a remote forest island thing, and because you were looking for some rich guy and his family. I don't know if he's a politician or just somebody. You crash landed on this place because you were looking for somebody that's missing with his family, and the island is filled with cannibals and crazy mutated people, and you build homes and just tactical skills by living on this island. And I ain't built shit for real. All I've been doing is running around picking up stuff, getting attacked and trying to survive, and I'm still having fun. Like I have not sat there and built a house yet because I think I might have to start over, to be completely honest. I messed up because I started off just killing everybody that came up to me, and now I keep getting attacked regularly. So I can't sit down and build anything because they keep attacking me every moment I try to.
Have you got deep into it, you think?
No, I'm not deep.
I would look up some tips.
I've played over 10 hours, but I haven't. I've been into caves and I'm looking up tips, bro, but I feel overwhelmed. I'm so overwhelmed.
A lot of it is still being fleshed out by the community because it's still in early access. Like they still building stuff. They still, adding different things to build and make and so on and so forth. Yeah. So a lot of people just playing to have fun of it. And there is fun in just discovering it yourself, or especially if you got a team of friends and stuff like that. But I wonder where it's gonna go when people start dropping the tips and everything about what to do in the beginning. And
I've been seeing the beginning tips, but I'm well past the beginning. I've gotten in, like I said, I've been killing so many people. I've got myself to a point where I'm getting attacked regularly, and I think that's what messed me up because they say as the days go on, it's supposed to get harder. But I started off killing people the moment I saw them, so I might have fucked myself up.
I remember in the first one, the cannibals had a patrol pattern. So if you ran across a patrol pattern and built on a patrol pattern, they would always come after you. So you got to find a place where they not running through all the time. You kind of got to wait and see if someone run through.
Because if this ain't like that.
Yeah, if
they just walk up on you wherever you at.
Wow. Yeah, it used to be if they see a fire or smoke or trees being cut down, they come investigate. Like
maybe that could be the case.
Yeah, the AI was actually smart.
But when I'm moving, mugs just be behind me. I think there's different types of cannibals in this game too. You'll see, man. But you need to get for $30. This is like I would have paid $60 for this and been happy. You know what I'm saying? Like a $30 game that works completely. Meanwhile, we talk about it enough. But y'all, if you have a PC, get Sons of the Forest. It's $30. It's a full game. It's fun as hell. It's hundreds of lobbies to hop in, up to 8 people online.
I will ask that. You haven't had any technical issues?
I haven't had no experience online. But what's irritating is your single player story is separate than the online story. So you got to run. I damn near just use my online just to learn shit. So when I hop, but it's weird because if I'm always hopping in somebody's different story on multiplayer, I'm gonna start with nothing.
You need somebody to run with regularly.
Yes, I have a squad of people. I'm in a Discord with one of my guys it's a group of us that will play together because we're the only people that know. And if you get it, you'll get in there if you want to.
How many y'all got?
Of people. Right now, it's only I think 4 people that's.
What's the max number of
channel?
Eight
can play.
8 can play?
8 people can be in one place at one time. Yes. So it's 4. I think it's 4 people right now. He has a whole server, but the Sons of the Forest channel, it's like 4 of us has been talking about getting together to play. Okay. So and yeah, his server's open for anybody to game. So once you get on Discord, we good.
Sound good.
Yeah. So that game is amazing though, y'all. Like I Sons in the Forest and Wild Hearts has actually taken me away from Dead Space. I have to beat Dead Space because it's so short, and then I'll put it down and do a plus new game plus and later. Yeah, I do want to do a new game plus, but yeah, y'all. Again, Wild Hearts is amazing. Get it if you want it. Sons of the Forest, amazing. Get it if you want it. If you don't want it, get it. It's only $30. You seen anything? You seen Atomic Heart? How you seen how did you feel about that game? Just one of the recent releases.
I'll probably play it because it's on Xbox Game Pass. Yeah.
It's so funny to be like,
I don't know if
it's on Game Pass. I'll try it.
I don't know if I'd have bought it on my own though. Like I've seen a couple reviews and they saying that not really optimized for what they're trying to do with it. Like they wanted to make it like a
console?
BioShock. Well, no, not even like technical optimized, just the game set up in the way you do stuff. They wanted to make it like a BioShock, but they said it don't come across like that. Like you get swarmed way too often. I think you don't have enough materials to be able to take out everything that you're supposed to be doing. And then if they want you to stealth, they say it's not built really for that. It's built more for the combat. So it's not like the gameplay aesthetic ain't really matching up from what I hear from the few reviews that I watch and so on and so forth. So I'll try it for myself and get my own opinion. But, you know, as of right now, it's so much stuff out, bro. It's on the back burner.
Yeah, no, facts. It ain't nothing that's looking like it's urgent to get to.
Nobody's saying it's a must play.
Yeah, like it seems like it's one of them like get it if you're interested, maybe. Yeah. But if not, so definitely play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, if you like BioShock and you got Game Pass, check it out.
Yeah, but when I saw it, I was just like, I don't see no reason for me to play this. Like it just didn't do it. Like one of my guys was like, yo, this look raw. And I was just like, I didn't shoot him down because like I'm in a group of people where I'll tell you, I'm like, man, that shit weak as hell. Don't play that game. But for that one, I was just like, that's literally how I felt. I was like, I ain't gonna say it's weak, but I don't see it. I don't think it don't look raw to me. It don't look like I gotta play this first person shooter.
I got you.
And one of the guys that I play a mobile game with in our Discord, he was like, did you check out Atomic Hearts? It's one of the best first player shooters I've ever played in a while. I was like, wow, I'm glad you enjoy it. I said, it didn't do nothing for me when I saw it. There's nothing when I watched everything about it. I'd be looking for it. I will say it looked like it tried to be different, but it just I don't know, something just didn't click with me. It just didn't click. It's just like it don't look like a bad game. It's just whatever they trying to do just didn't register with me.
I got you.
That's
Were you a BioShock fan?
I love BioShock.
Okay.
I love BioShock, and that was the thing. And I'm like, it ain't giving me BioShock. It didn't feel like a substitute or for a time being or anything. So I was just like, especially if I'm going to compare it, I'm just like, well, this ain't BioShock, so I'm good.
I'm a big BioShock fan, too, and it didn't speak to me like that either. So, like I said, it's just too much stuff out to play right now.
I didn't play Infinite because my PlayStation started tweaking on me. I didn't finish Infinite because my PlayStation started breaking down on me.
I got you.
But I didn't like it, though. I didn't like Infinite.
If you beat the first one, you played enough. Everybody loved the first one. It's still
I love the second one because it was they did the mechanic. I hear people like BioShock more than 2, but I like 2 more because it felt more refined. Like it made more sense as far as control. Like, and then the stupid thing they got rid of. What was the shit? The little mini game shit. The
hacking.
The hacking. When they got rid of that, I was so happy. I was so happy.
The tubes with the water filling up.
Yes, I was so happy they got rid of that shit because I hated it. I hated it. But I hear people like 1 more than 2, but I like 2 because it just felt better. It didn't feel as aged. I guess because I played them late, it didn't feel as aged.
2 changed some things, like when they actually set it to, what was it? It was in 1, you had to switch between your plasmids and your guns. And in 2, they made each one map to a trigger.
Yes.
That was way better. That was way better.
Good.
So I give you that. The rest of it, I'm not sure what else changed between the 2.
It just, like I said, it might have just been an age. Like Mass Effect 1 and 2. Mass Effect was good, and then once you played 2, it didn't feel. Being somebody that played it late, it didn't feel as aged.
I give you that. I was a Mass Effect 1 fan from day one, bro. When they had that in Game Informer, back when we was all getting Game Informer magazine.
I used to get them.
when they had
I don't remember when I canceled it, but I definitely. Well, I used to get it free because I was registered with GameStop.
Gotcha. When they had that on 360, I was geeked as hell for that game that came out. I pre-ordered everything, and I love Mass Effect 1. And then they brought out 2, and they made it more action-oriented, and I was still with it. But they did change a lot of stuff in general. Not for the worse. It was for the best.
Overall, it was
they made it more. They made it more of a.
Everything was
they made
better.
it a better shooter in general. 2 made it a better shooter, and then 3 just topped it all off as like some of the best controls in the series.
Yeah.
But I really did like 1, especially how it introduced you to the universe and everything. That story, still today, one of the best of all times in all games.
2 the story?
No, I'm talking about Mass Effect 1.
1.
Yeah, but Mass Effect 2 just really, you got to say the whole series when you talk about Mass Effect. You can't just say one or the other. A lot of people say they don't like 1 because it's dated mechanics with the controls and so on and so forth.
Dated,
but you still got to include it because the story
still was
introducing you to that world. You can't discount
Mass
that.
Effect story is why I was playing it.
Yeah.
Mass Effect's mechanics ain't what keeps you playing.
Yeah, the story
keeps you playing.
You feel like you're a part of that world, that universe.
They did it, and to think that they did that back then, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it was one of the only games where your story
I was gonna say, is there any other game that carries from game to game by your decision? Is there any other game that does that?
If there is, I'm not aware of it. Right
Exactly.
Now. But I will say too, though, that once you look back on it, you realize that a lot of your choices were just like binary, like yes or no type of thing.
Not really.
Some stuff transferred to the end.
Down, like they were binary, yes, but it mattered as far as like literally conversations you could have just won't happen with certain people. Like, okay, I guess that's insignificant to the story, but to me that seems like it took a lot of work to basically like the conversations you have by simply taking somebody on a mission, or if somebody even is alive to speak on them in another place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how to transfer from game to game. Yeah,
and keep it ever changing because all of that stuff goes in. If whatever they did it well. Yeah. If they masked it to where it's really simpler than
that's the point I was trying to make.
They masked it well.
It is simple, but they did mask it well. That's the point I was trying to get to in that situation. It's when you look back on it now, it's like you make a choice, and then that choice may go on or it may not. It may end there in that game, or it may continue. And there's certain ones that do, and there's certain ones that don't. But it's not as big as I thought it would be in some aspects. Looking back on it now, when I first played it for the first time, I was like, "This shit is crazy."
But what about when you
like
think
the first thing I did? That like even spoilers for people who ain't played it, but of course,
It's too old.
The fact that you can kill Saren and talk him into killing himself.
Saren
in the first one, in the first game,
you said him.
Ain't
Saren? Wait,
the Turian, the main guy who's going against you, the dude who did everything.
I got him mixed up with old.
Yeah, you could talk him into killing himself.
I heard that,
and I didn't know that.
I did already. I saw it after.
Yeah, I found that later on and stuff like that. I was like, that's crazy as hell that they let you do that.
That's a nice ass. Yeah, I was gonna say the thing that killed me was you can make decisions from 1 that carry to 3 though.
Oh yeah, it's something
like the Arachni queen.
Yeah, the Arachni.
That shit goes from 1 to 3.
Yeah, if you let her live, if you don't.
But is it because? Okay, so maybe my memory is fucked up. Is it because nothing about that comes up into?
I think there's a small side quest that comes up into.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like, did it get completely left out of 2? Then
I think it did.
Brought it back to 3.
I think it did. It might have been a small side quest where they mentioned it in like a message or something like that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. We can have totally different experience that. If I killed a Arachni Queen, I don't see that in 3. If you let her live, you do.
Yeah.
So it's different stuff like that. Like I thought I was being a perfect paragon by doing the stuff I was doing. And then when I got to the end of 3, it basically said if you did everything perfectly paragon, you can stop the war between the Quarians and the Geth or something like that. You can talk them out of fighting and stuff like that. And I didn't get that because I think it was one thing in the choice that I made.
That's some bullshit.
But see, that's the thing that I'm going with in this situation. Mass Effect is not a play as yourself, choose your own way how you would do things. Mass Effect is you run in Paragon or you run in Renegade. And picking those choices define what happens with you. Like there's other games, like I'm playing New Vegas again, right? That's why a lot of people say that game is like really like you can make your own choices because it is. It's literally you can pick like you can be like I'm gonna make myself and I'm gonna do what I would do in this situation.
But don't most of
and you're rewarded in those ways. Bethesda games do a lot of that type of stuff. Now people was mad at Fallout 4 because it didn't. It went a different route. But Mass Effect in all its glory is not that. Mass Effect is binary. You're either good or you bad.
I don't know an RPG I played that didn't end up with whatever you mostly did. Like even Infamous not an RPG, but you know what I'm saying. It got that type of binary thing. Yeah. But I have never played Fallout New Vegas. I have never played any Fallout period. So I don't know. Maybe just what I've played is different. But I thought that you're saying that Fallout doesn't have a this or that, right?
Fallout New Vegas doesn't.
New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas doesn't have a this or that, right?
Fallout 3 is close, and Fallout 1 and 2 are here.
How many options does that leave you? Because games still have to have some type of.
That's true. They do have to have some type of end result.
It falls somewhere.
But it's still like you can make choices that determine.
You're saying that.
You can still make choices that determine where you fall. Like even with the factions, like if you're going to side with one faction and you decide, oh, they were going to kill a little girl or something like that because they thought it was the right thing to do, and you're like, no, y'all can't do that because you want to be a good guy,
right?
But you want to join that faction. They'll remember that you said that.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say,
come
so
back
like,
to be like, oh,
your
like,
decisions lead you to making more decisions.
Yeah,
which you kind of still feel like I like. Okay, so for example, I would think that it's kind of like, all right, there's 6 endings, and maybe decisions you made limit you to 3 type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like or
that.
maybe you've done something to get all 6 and now it's like, this is how I want to end my story. That would be fire too.
Yeah, that's Fallout.
That's
so
okay.
If you ever wanted to test one, get Fallout New Vegas on your PC. You won't be disappointed because even the gameplay is still pretty good.
So that's probably one of the best Fallouts to play, you're saying?
I would definitely say. If you're going to play one, play New Vegas.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a good way to end the game recommendation.
Right.
I don't know what I'm trying to think of something. I feel like you played anything that I could humanly recommend. You played Vanquish?
Yes.
Damn, see? It's like first try, wrong.
Vanquish is called.
Vanquish, oh man.
Yeah.
And they remade it.
That was a hidden gem right there.
It is hidden. When I saw it, I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I saw it like maybe 2 years ago. I saw it in a video, one of them What Culture videos. I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's an anime.
I went out and found that shit for like $12. Ain't let it go. I damn near want to buy the remaster with Bayonetta.
It's cool, yeah. It's an anime third-person shooter and it's raw as hell.
Yeah. Vanquish raw, y'all. I don't know what I could recommend to you that you might not have played.
I've played a little bit of everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't think of what.
I may not have beaten everything.
Do you remember State of Emergency?
Yes.
That
I didn't get into that though. That was one that I didn't really play, but I had a friend who was big into it, so I seen some of the stuff.
You never played it?
I played a demo, I think.
Just wanted to let go and not give a fuck.
Like a demo out of one of the game magazines or something like that.
Yeah, play State of Emergency. It's one of them not care, turn your brain off, go crazy games.
Like what was that game?
I know what
Saints Row. It's like a Saints Row type game.
No, because it's not that. It's
okay. Well, you would know better than I would.
It's not Saints Row. It's just. I see why you say that, but it's not Saints Row. Okay. It's not. Yeah, it's just like it's not Saints Row. But I see why you say that. Okay. But we're gonna wrap this up, y'all. So, Say the Game podcast. I'm Logix.
I'm Ace.
Yep. So thanks again for coming. Make sure y'all, if y'all made it to this point of the video, you subscribe.
You with us?
If you made it here, you need to subscribe.
You one of us.
Yeah. You locked in for life, man. You subscribe, leave a like. Come in the comments if you want to discuss anything we talked about. Thanks again for tuning in to Logix Lens, where the gamers win, and we out.